Ladies, listen to the king. Did you hear? He say, look in the mirror and say what, king? Tell the ladies, because they need to hear.
You gotta look in the mirror and say it's not me.
Yep.
You know, it's
the
not
ladies
me.
need to hear that.
And by the way,
y'all
the
be
men
having
too.
Yeah.
The men too, because it's some cutthroat, ruthless ass bitches out here right now too.
That's how I feel.
And don't y'all think it's odd how you could be really into somebody and then off them the next day?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
See,
behavior.
that is the scary part about love.
But off them like forever, or you just saying off them for that
Because
day?
you're going to have your ups and downs.
You're gonna have it. If you're in a relationship,
I
you're
feel
gonna have
like a
those.
lot of people though get off people quickly. Like they be so into you and then they be like, okay, I'm done.
Well, they wasn't into you then.
Yeah, I think quickly,
And you can't look at it. You can't think like when you looking in the mirror like, damn, what did I do?
Oh, I never
It's
do that.
them. No, I'm just saying anybody in general. Like, can't be like, what did I do? Like, if they get off you that fast, then it was never meant to be in the first place.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks.
like, you can get off somebody for the day. You get off somebody for a couple of weeks. That's what relationships is all about. You know, y'all go through ups and downs, but like getting off you so in deep with somebody, and then you like, the next day you wake up, you like, this shit's trash. Now, that's crazy.
That's
we on the right show. We on the right show.
Ladies, listen to the king. Did you hear? He say, look in the mirror and say what, king? Tell the ladies, because they need to hear.
You gotta look in the mirror and say it's not me.
Yep.
You know, it's
the
not
ladies
me.
need to hear that.
And by the way,
y'all
the
be
men
having
too.
Yeah.
The men too, because it's some cutthroat, ruthless ass bitches out here right now too.
Yeah.
Listen, I sit in the locker room. You know, I'm in locker rooms and shit now. But you know, it's a lot of women out here that's now kind of flipped the script.
They ain't going for everything.
And you know, some homies out here that's trying to be good too, and just trying to figure it out. And now they looking in the mirror saying, "Damn, what did I do wrong?"
Yo,
okay,
homies, it ain't you.
It ain't always.
Even if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And if it ain't, champ, like you just gotta.
I do think
the more and more that I watch LeBron James talk long form, the more and more you begin to understand Savannah, right? You begin to understand how true masculinity and manhood is showing up as a leader within her relationship, and how she shows him so much respect back because of the way that he conducts himself as a man. I love what he just did right there, because the lovely young lady on the left, she brought up this idea of people being able to switch so quickly, which is not something that I think is normal nowadays, right? But she's saying it because she partakes in it, right? So at the end of that, she began to try to turn that around as to say, but ladies, look, listen what LeBron is saying. It's not your fault. And then LeBron tomahawk slam dunk, that hit of accountability is that, no, it comes from women as well. Stop the madness.
people need to hear that, because I think so much of dating and being in relationships is so transactional now.
Beyond.
Now, they need to hear, stop forcing it. Like, if it's not there and, like, y'all, it's too toxic to where, like, y'all, like, that's my biggest thing, because a lot of, I know a lot of friends that, like, just, I'm like, bro, you're obviously telling me things that, like, I would have been just stopped it. But, like, they
Red
just
flags,
scared to,
yeah.
like, stop it.
Scared to be alone. That fear of it's scared to be alone and fear of like losing comfort.
But that's how you
like
grow.
the biggest issue is like, and people don't know that until they go through
you gotta
it.
love yourself.
Y'all out here dropping the people need to hear
Gotta hear
this.
that.
Sounds like a lot of niggas in therapy.
Yeah, love that. We love that. We love that. I feel like people do need to hear that, because I feel like a lot of times the fear of being alone or growing feels so foreign, especially for men of color, that they just shy away from it and do what's easy. But what's easy typically is toxic. Or like he said, bitches is crazy.
I know I don't want to be alone. That's for damn sure. If I got to fight, crawl, scratch, fight, whatever to keep mine, I got to keep it. I got to do what I got to do.
Well,
I
you
don't
got
want
a
to be
good
alone.
one.
I'm an only child, single parent household. I knew for sure. When I met my homies for the first time in when I was 7, 8 years old, we started playing sports. And I got around them and we started traveling, playing sports. I was like, oh, this shit is amazing.
Yeah.
And then when I got with Vanna, and I was like, oh, this shit is crazy. Oh, this is amazing. I love this shit. I'm like, nah, fuck that. Next time I'm alone, I'm be up underneath, champ.
No, I love that. But I feel like a lot of people don't value relationship in that way.
They shouldn't be in one. They don't value it like that, I feel like. Because I feel like it's very powerful.
A relationship is powerful.
Yes.
Yes.
It's two energies, you feel me?
Yeah. It's hard as man. But
it's hard as Now let's take a call about that.
Yeah.
I think it is beyond dope that you can have LeBron James, right, at the pinnacle of sports and entertainment, right, NBA legend at this point, at the age of 40 years old, talking about his lady, his wife in this way around all of these other young scholars, right, all of these live streaming goats and G's that are sitting around him, right. It's the 40-year-old brothers coaching or letting a lifestyle and the recognition of the difficulty of that lifestyle and the relationship within that, you know, making them understand it to the 20-year-old, right, to the younger generation, right? And I think it's especially awesome to hear because, you know, a lot of men-centered focused content, you know, focusing in on picking or choosing correctly, meaning, you know, what are the key indicators, what are the red flags that you must understand on your quest towards picking the correct one? Because I think that as women's standards and expectations have risen within modern times, many men's standards and expectations have either stayed the same or got infinitely lower. And these modern women are accepting women that have the behaviors of an Aisha Curry as opposed to a Savannah James. But within their relationship, you know, and we've never seen LeBron's name out in tabloids in regards to his marriage, he's demonstrating that it's real. And I've always said this, is that there's not many other dope feelings than, you know, being with a young lady that you admire, that you see a future with, whether it be the mother of your child or, you know, someone that you just want to spend, you know, you just can't see living life without them, right? And having enough trust and comfort within the confines of that relationship to, you know, share things that mean a lot to you, share your purpose, right? Build a lifestyle with them, as opposed to talking about the most salacious or the most negative versions of this, but then understanding that there are diamonds in the rough out there that don't live by the worldly standards and don't compare themselves to, you know, these popping influencers that push not modesty. They sexualize themselves and they shame men into thinking that that is the way that they should be conducting oneself. But I also think that it's important to watch LeBron, who has always been a pillar of masculinity, be masculine within these settings, unabashedly masculine, right? To check the host when she was trying to say something specific to women not taking accountability or blaming things on men. To do it in that way, I think, was very valuable and demonstrates that, you know, you can stand on business and you can check others in a respectful way to not only get your point across, right? Like your point is not diminished, but then continue to hold structure and order and accuracy, because it is an inaccurate as hell statement as to just think that that degree of toxicity only comes from one side of the coin, or that it is so easy to slip and slide into relationships as being a normal happening or occurrence. So I think that, you know, it's important to challenge the normalcy of that, because being able to do that easily, right? Like, no wonder our depression rates are so high, right? Within the US alone, 30% of people are clinically diagnosed as depressed, whereas in everywhere else in the world, it's around 4%, right? And there's a lot of different factors within that, especially within the West. I actually think a lot of it has to do with our diets, and a lot of it has to do with our lack of exercise, right? That impacts our mental health. But also a lot of it has to deal with this modern internet culture, this comparison culture, where we look towards other people's lives, and instead of being content or appreciative or fulfilled, there's a constant climbing up Mount Everest, which has no peak, because you keep on comparing other people's head starts, other people's circumstances, right? Other people's inheritances, right? Or other people's work ethic to your own, especially as men, the recognition of contentness. And it's funny to talk about that because you're looking at, right, in the respective businesses, some of the best to ever do it from a live streaming perspective, and their hours are insane. Like, I don't know how they do it. Like, I'll do the 2 to 3 videos a day, Monday through Friday, and then I'm out of here. You know what I mean? And, you know, LeBron being at the top of his game. So you're looking at some of the hardest working people, but at some point, especially as men, there has to be a consideration of when is enough enough? Are you truly fulfilled? Are you truly happy? Shit, LeBron at 40 years old is not LeBron at 30 years old or 35 years old. But within that recognition of enough is enough, he's eventually going to retire. And then he has to deal with this, whatever the new thing is within life. And he may never reach the degree of ascension or popularity of what he has previously, but he'll have to do with that new facet of life, right? Imagine if LeBron got to this stage in his career and he's comparing a LeBron shoe to a Jordan shoe. It's unhealthy to do that degree of comparison for every little thing, not be able to settle on, again, when enough is enough. Anyway, I was going to end the video, but let's just see if there's anything else that's going on here.
But
It's hard as now let's take a call about that.
Yeah, let's listen to the call real quick. Let's see what they got.
Hello, what's your name? Where are you from and what's your crazy?
Hi, my name is Teresa.
Hey, Teresa, where are you from?
I'm from Pennsylvania.
And what's your crazy?
So I have this friend that I work with. She met this guy at a party, and literally the next day, this guy takes her out, took her to dinner, buys her clothes, buy her wigs, kind of like love bombed her. And then, long story short, after a couple days, my friend told me, that there is this girl that is following her. I'm like, who is the girl? She said she doesn't know. And then she followed her back. And then a couple minutes later, this guy calls my friend and he's like, why are you following that person? And my friend was like kind of confused, like, what are you talking about? And then he mentioned the girl's name. And then my friend said, I don't know, that girl followed me first. And then I just followed her back. And then the guy said, cut the bullshit. And then blocked my friend, unfollowed her, like literally just cut our communications with her. And I told her that there's no way that girl is like his ex. It's probably someone he's currently dating, or maybe he's even married. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think you messy.
It's the friend.
Huh?
Yeah,
It's not her, it's her
Yeah,
friend.
but she telling her friend business. I think, word, but what y'all think?
Yo,
definitely
homeboy
fine.
definitely in a relationship with
Yes.
the girl that followed the friend that he was dealing with.
And he's married.
To be married. We don't know if he's married or not, but that's
him married.
definitely his girl. He went to follow her because she probably had a little hunch. Old girl in the blind from work didn't know no better. She thinking she got another follower. She thinking she popping now, got a little follower. He followed old girl back, and that was the main chick's rite of passage. She knew it right at that moment.
Yep.
I
agree.
They probably
for
look
sure.
the same too.
Yeah, tell your friend, move on.
Yeah, the friend got caught. She had a moment. I know it's
In the
probably
crossfire.
great. He took her out.
Yeah.
Bought her
Buying a
clothes.
wig.
Damn.
Getting a
Bought
wig.
Buying her
wig.
Bought her wig.
That's
Ain't
crazy.
cheap,
Bought a
baby.
wig.
He bought a wig.
How
and
much is
everything.
a wig?
Depending on what you get.
Yeah,
Okay.
he took her like the first weekend.
Oh, she's
He
still
took
there?
her out. They spent the whole day together. He took her to dinner, brunch, breakfast.
Brunch? You know when a nigga take you
Yo,
to brunch.
everything.
What?
He
Big
trying to be
time.
extra.
What?
That's 2 meals in a day.
Yeah, brunch is great.
He gave her 2 meals in a day and changed her identity.
Right.
You on the run, sure.
Yeah, he poured it on thick.
Well, tell her to
And he
leave
was
it
talking
alone.
Yeah.
about
Yeah, tell
how
her it
they're
was
gonna have a family, making rules like we have to see each other every week. I'm gonna give you my house key.
Oh.
All that.
That's
That
a
nigga
lot
ain't got
very
no
quick.
integrity. Word of the
Yeah.
day.
Nah, son.
Yeah. So that's too much, too quick. I would say that would be a red flag. Nevertheless, I just want to think that he's married or in another relationship. It could just be a chick that is checking his updated followers each and every, right? Like she crazy as hell because she received all that love bomb and shit. The relationship could not have worked out very well. And she's currently like kind of sort of stalking him, right? And is following the next chick, trying to get in contact with her in order to try to sabotage something. It could be that, but that is a lower degree of probability, but it could be, all right? Anyway, shout out to this podcast. I'll leave a link to it down in the description box down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the conversation that they were having as well as my commentary on top of that. Guys, let me know what you think down in the comment box down below. Do you think LeBron's comments of these bitches ain't that was too much? It was spot on. Let me know what you guys think as well as that follow-up call. What do you guys think about it? All right. And until next time, peace.
Oh man, yo, if only Kevin Samuels was alive to see this. The prettiest women do the ugliest things. Already know what time it is. It is time to get active.
Gotta subscribe, it's MTR. Hit the like, leave a comment, it's free of charge. Get active, no acting, we men at large. Without further ado, let's set it off.